A few months ago, y'all ran a Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign that did really well. What type of sales did it generate? What was the revenue total?
We totaled out just over $30,000 in sales.
Thanks, Tara, for joining. I appreciate you coming.
Yep, of course.
So what does Connection Codes do?
Connection Codes is an online program built by a marriage and family therapist to help people focusing on couples connect. So overcome conflict and connect with each other using their 4-minute tool to conquer conflict.
Yeah. What's the tool?
The tool is their core emotion wheel, and often we get in conflicts over logistics. So we're fighting over dishes or someone being upset over work, when in reality there's an emotion behind the logistic that's the root of the fight. So we help people get to the root so they can actually stop fighting.
Have y'all, what's that done in your marriage?
It has changed everything. For example, just 2 days ago, there is something that we were beginning, my husband and I, to have a conflict in that would have typically derailed us for a week. And I shared what was happening for me. I was hurt by him and he had fear in what I was asking him to do. And in 2 minutes, we were driving along, having a great day. So it changed everything. Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to get into details of all that. Kind of zoom out for a minute on the business side. What products do you sell? Courses, memberships, coaching? What's the product layout?
Yes. So we have a book. That's one of our products, but we also have master classes, and our master classes focus on the marriage relationship, the sexual relationship, and parenting. Yep.
And so those are online courses. What's the cost of those?
They start at $247 and go up to $497 for the courses. And we work with a marriage and family therapist. He is the founder and creator. So he also has private practice where he does therapy or relationship consulting, one-on-one sessions and intensives. So
of the 3 courses, you have one on marriage, sex, and parenting. So 3 different courses. Yep. Of those 3, which is the most popular?
The most popular is actually our emotional connection, the marriage course. And then most people go from the marriage into sex because they definitely go together. But our most popular is definitely the marriage course.
Yeah.
Yep. Emotional connection.
Okay. So you got the product, got the problem y'all solve. Who's your best fit client? Like, who do you typically work with?
Yeah. Our best fit client, typically couples midway into their marriage, usually around year 12 to 20, with young kids at home that are just starting to feel that friction. You know, their lives are getting pulled in all different directions and they are needing to reconnect with each other. That's our best fit client, someone who is just wanting to grow together and work out the little kinks that they're experiencing in their day-to-day.
I think we found Glenn 12 years into our marriage. So we were like right on target.
Yeah. I was actually 12 years into my marriage too when I found him. Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay. So a few months ago, y'all ran a Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign that did really well. Yes. Let's go to the punchline. What type of sales did it generate? What was the revenue total?
The revenue total was, now this is where I was asking, I need to have it pulled up. I didn't.
Oh, you can round. You could guesstimation's fine.
Okay. We totaled out just over $30,000 in sales.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. And
from Black Friday.
Was that the first time y'all done a Black Friday sale, or how did that compare to what you've done previously?
Oh, they did a Black Friday sale last year. I wasn't a part of the team last year, and I actually dug deep into their old notes to see what it was because they were just really proud of it. And they did a good job, but this just blew it out of the water. I mean, totally different strategy, very targeted, and let the customer know exactly what we were selling. Where last year they were offering something different every day for 10 days, and we're making one sale a day based on what it was. And this was just, it blew us away. Yeah,
that's cool. So what was the offer and how did you come up with it?
So the offer was our marriage course at 50% off, and you could bump up to and add our sex course on for $50.
Oh,
and And so that one definitely sold incredibly well. Everyone was very excited about it. We did our first email out just announcing, hey, we're going to be doing this on that Tuesday, and then did an early release on Thursday and sold that through Friday night at midnight. And yeah, people were just thrilled over it.
Okay,
So
so the campaign was, you opened up on, did you say Tuesday of, I guess, Thanksgiving week, and then closed on Black Friday?
we announced Tuesday, opened up on Thursday.
Okay.
So it really ran for a day and a half for the Black
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So announce Tuesday, get interest, build attention, open cart Thursday, so on Thanksgiving Day, and then close cart Black Friday midnight-ish.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So how does this replicate in future years? Like, what's the plan? Probably not a total plan yet since we just finished Black Friday, but like, look into 2023 Black Friday. Has your mind gone there of what you do, what you replicate from this?
Yes, it has. And so we separated the Black Friday from the Cyber Monday, where Cyber Monday, we started Sunday and ran through Monday night.
Yeah.
And next year, I think that I'm going to just do one sale for the entire weekend. And with the hope of doing a percentage for charity. And so that's just something that there's a charity that we work really closely with our team. And so because Giving Tuesday is also that Tuesday. And so I think opening it up just a little bit earlier and having better social media presence, better emails beforehand leading into it, because I didn't really warm anyone up going into it. I sent out the sequence from Growth Tools, which was incredible. But I'll warm people up a little bit better next time.
Yeah. Okay. So Black Friday was start Tuesday, open Thursday, close Friday. Cyber Monday, then a couple days later, was open cart Sunday, close cart Monday. Do you know roughly like what percentage of the $32-ish thousand was between the two? Like, how did they both work?
Yeah, it was honestly about split. So on Cyber Monday, we just did 50% off of all of our courses.
Okay.
And I sold more on that day than I anticipated. I didn't think that because we sold so well on Friday that we would have as many people by Monday. And so that was shocking and went really, really well. And those emails were not thought through at all. I just felt like I kind of threw them out into the world as a last minute situation. So that's something I'll change next year, is definitely prep for it earlier.
Was there anything outside of the email campaigns that you did to sell, or was that the primary driver?
That was the primary driver, definitely promoted on social media, and lots of people shared, which was incredible because the deal was so good. But the primary driver was definitely the emails.
How do you feel about the 50% off offer?
I don't know. Honestly, I have mixed reviews about it. Because of course we had people message and say, hey, I just bought, can I get a refund so I can get this deal, which we anticipated. And I don't like to offer that much off. But it's still sold really well. And so it's
a really good deal.
Yeah. I would much rather get our pricing better to where if we offer 30% off, people won't feel like they missed out on a great deal if they bought 2 months ago. But it still makes people want to click.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing about, I feel like we have outthought Black Friday many times, try to make it way too complicated and do tons of pre-launch and all this stuff. And like, it just seems true with our company and with people we've coached that just give them a great deal on Black Friday. Like I'll get emails from these different e-com companies on Black Friday because I'm always looking for things to buy, usually for Christmas or for myself or for gifts or something. And it'll be 15% off store wide. I'm like, get out of here. Like, this is just silliness. This is a coupon you get in the mail, not a Black Friday deal.
I do agree with that completely.
Yeah. So 50% off is like extremely, I think the best one we've ever done. We did a 97% off offer, and it was on a product, a course we had sold years earlier and we hadn't sold in a long time. So we just kind of revived it. We had sold it for like $3,000. So we did 97% off, and it was, I think the math somehow came to $97 or so. And that one did extremely well, way better than things we've put tons more effort into. Because it's just like the deal sells it on Black Friday. So I love the 50% off from a Black Friday perspective. That's really cool. One thing I noticed too, if y'all do get into increasing prices and then doing a decrease on Black Friday, like if you get into I don't know, if the course is $1,000 and you want to give them 30% off, that subject line doesn't click great. 30% off on Black Friday. It's good, but not great. So almost like putting the dollar saved once you get into lower dollar figures on higher price points, like can be $300 off is really eye-catching for an online course versus 30% off. So I don't know, you get into some of that stuff of like what angle of this really hits well. But,
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. All right. So you've had two cool wins recently. One was the Black Friday Cyber Monday deal. The other one was some optimizations you made to your website. So what happened there?
Yes, which I feel like, which it's weird. I'm more excited about that one compared to the Black Friday, because the Black Friday is sales and money. And obviously that's very exciting, but there was just such a dramatic difference. We moved our core emotion wheel, which is one of our big tools. It's not our only tool, but it's definitely one that's catchy. And we made that our homepage and just kind of cleaned everything else up to where that is what you click when you go on our website. Before it was like just hidden down into the menu. And we saw our leads go from 4 to 6 leads a day to 30 leads every single day. Whoa. And so it was dramatically different. We have a podcast where we do our core emotion wheel at the end of every single podcast. And so I know that making it easy for people to find and go to definitely helps with the lead generation. And our website just looks better. It looks clean and people know what they're expecting when they get on there.
So if you go to connectioncodes.co, right?
Yes, .co.
Okay. So everybody just go there and check it out and you can go into the Wayback Machine and see the before and the after. They just basically ripped a bunch of stuff out and focus primarily on the lead magnet, which is their core emotion wheel. How did you decide what lead magnet to offer?
That's a good question. We decided, because we tried a few different things, and that one, because we do it on the podcast every single week, people are already aware of it, and it's the tool to conquer conflict. So it's just an easy headline to get people to want to tune in. And once people click on it and they sign up, there's a video of Dr. Glenn and Phyllis, our founders, actually doing the core emotion wheel with each other. And then there's a whole sequence coaching you through it. And that's really beneficial, and a mini class that'll take you through after that. Yeah.
So there is deciding the lead magnet, then there's writing copies so people actually get it. And no one watching this has ever heard of a core emotion wheel or really knows what that is at all. And it sounds kind of weird if you're not used to processing your emotions. So how do you talk about that in a way that you don't have to understand the inside lingo? Meaning, like, what's the copy you put on top of the website? How do you navigate writing it so people unaware of this solution actually are interested in it?
Right. One thing that people definitely do relate to is fighting with their partners, or like just being in conflict.
No, we don't.
Yeah. We all like to pretend like we're not mad or have tension in our house, but if you're married, you experience tension in your house. Yeah. And so I knew that just by talking about that pain point, and also we have our sex master class. And so I made our headline like how to conquer conflict and have better sex. And those are two things that everybody that's in a relationship wants to experience. Yeah. And so it's very simple and easy to understand. And then once you click on and go through, the rest of it makes it very easy to understand what you're getting.
So if you're coaching a friend who's wanting to optimize their website to actually bring in leads, and y'all, I don't know, more than tripled your lead volume from a few tweaks on a homepage, which is super cool. If you're coaching a friend through doing the same thing, what would you tell them to do? What's the 80-20?
So I was coaching my husband last night on how to do
really? I love this.
Because he's starting up something new. And there was no call to action on the top of his website. There was nowhere for people to actually put their email address in and give them something. And so I was like, you need to get rid of any other buttons that you have and just give them something that they want to solve an easy problem for them immediately. And get their email address, so then you can tell them everything else you do. Don't start by telling them everything else you do and they don't even know where to begin. Yeah. Solve that easy problem first.
So what's his lead magnet going to be?
It's a really good question that I'm not sure about. So he's working on like 2 different businesses right now, Brian. You
Yeah.
really need to talk to
All right.
him.
We'll have a conversation.
You need to.
That's great. Cool. All right. So zoom out from the homepage optimization, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday win. What are the big goals you're working on in connection codes right now?
Yes. So the big goals, obviously, I think the easy answer that anybody would say are not only leads, but sales. I mean, we need income to grow our business. But for me, those goals are just getting us in front of more people, just reaching new audiences and getting the word out, just brand awareness, because what we do is really powerful. And so we just need more ears and eyes on it. That's
Yeah.
my big focus right now.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So if you're married, know somebody that's married, or think you might get married one day, and you don't go do the core motion wheel, you're absolutely insane. And very few people that I interview have thoroughly used the product and go use the thing. It's legit life-changing. And it takes, I think the number one benefit to me and Stacy from the core motion wheel has been what you mentioned with you and Wes earlier, which was the length of fight time or the length of disconnect time shortened from days, weeks, sometimes
Oh, for sure.
minutes or hours if it's bad.
Yes.
And that's like such a huge, I never heard anybody even talking about that before, but like, it's a massive difference. And it's such a simple tool. So if you don't, literally, if you fit into any of those buckets, just go steal the core motion wheel, go through the free training. If you love it, go pay them money, but just do that and your marriage will legitimately, and relationships in general. We run a coaching business, and we ripped off y'all's name, connection codes, and made something called the coaching coach, which I need to give you a copy of this, by the way.
Yes.
And code number 2 is process the emotion before the logistic, which is my distillation of like the core methodology of what connection codes does. And it's just so powerful. It's like if you're trying to have a conversation with your spouse and you're both just agitated at each other, it's like the snow globes are shaking and it's so foggy you can't see anything anyway. And until you let the thing settle and you get to like some kind of normal state, it's extremely hard to try to solve anything. And the emotion wheel just helps you actually get there really quickly. So we use it with clients. We use it internally on the team. Obviously, me and Stacy use it. So yeah, thank you for what you do.
Thank you. I mean, 100%. And for us, it clued me in on what was like the first time we ever did it. We were on a webinar, and Wes shared with me what his sad was. And I had no clue that he was sad about it. And it was something that I was probably like hammering into him every single day, just not even realizing that he was experiencing that. And I felt like my mind just exploded in that moment. This is real. This works. And I just learned something about my husband that I had no idea 10 minutes before. So I can just connect with him so much better now. And that's what we all want. We want to connect with our spouse and be seen.
It's wild how well it works with kids too.
Every day. Yes. Every day.
Like our 3-year-old has better emotional awareness than most any adult I've ever met in my life. And they have it and they kind of get it grained out of them, I'm guessing, probably as they grow and everybody ignores it and they learn to cope with it. But I'll ask our 3-year-old, like, what are you feeling? Sad. And then we can just talk about it. And she's way better within minutes. So she's just total meltdown mode for long periods of time.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Tyra. Thanks for sharing. We'll follow up with a handful of requests for some resources, because we'll do a write-up on this and share a lot of the examples of what y'all did, your Black Friday emails and the website where people can see and just learn. So thanks so much for taking the time. It really means a lot to me.
Oh my gosh. Can I say one more thing though?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, my pain point in this business is the email sequences, because it's something I've never done in a previous business. And so having the growth tool sequence, actually walk me through what to say in a concise way, because I can have too many words sometimes, has changed everything. And I really know that is why the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, it was just such an obvious difference from our previous sales that we have done. Yeah. And so growth tools, sequences are game changer. And thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Appreciate that.
All right. So, have a good one.
Awesome.
See you.
Thank you.